Good morning, everyone, and thanks for joining us to discuss the latest updates on Soyuz MS-22 and the International Space Station. I'm Leah Cheshire of NASA, and joining us on the line today are Joel Montalbano, the International Space Station Program Manager, NASA's Johnson Space Center, and Sergei Krikalev, the Human Spaceflight Program's Executive Director with Roscosmos.
And thank you, everybody, for joining us. This week, I'm in Moscow with Sergei and his team. And earlier today, we wrapped up the State Commission, working together on the next steps for the Expedition 68 crew and looking forward to the path as a result of the anomaly we had with the Soyuz. Roscosmos and NASA have been working together throughout this investigation, and we were part of the process as we went through the State Commission and the preparations for the State Commission and the decisions that were made today. I'll defer to Sergei after I'm done, and he can give you the updates from the State Commission. Throughout the process, in mid-December when this started, both Mission Control Center Houston and Mission Control Center Moscow have been actively communicating with the crew, informing them on where we are and the status of the vehicles as we move forward through this investigation. Looking forward, now that the State Commission has made a decision, NASA will take the next couple of weeks. We'll be working with the Commercial Crew Program and our U.S. domestic partners on laying out the flight plan for the next few months. So just we'll need a couple more weeks before we're ready to define a bunch of new launch dates.
Today we had a state committee that made a final decision how to proceed since we have this malfunction on Soyuz. We determine next steps we need to do to stay on station, and for next steps how we send next Soyuz to fly to a station and how crew is going to perform while they are on board of the station.
Imagery assessments of the area of interest, and everything does point to a micro-meteorite. We have looked at the meteor showers that occurred around the same time frame, but that both the teams in Houston as well as the team in Moscow have said that the meteor showers were not a contributor. They were coming in a direction that was not the same direction of the Soyuz. And so everything points to micrometeorite debris. We are in the process of getting some additional imagery, but so far we are in concurrence with Roscosmos. They've also looked at the vehicle and looked at manufacturing, and I'll let Sergei answer any questions on that, but nothing was off nominal in the manufacturing of this vehicle. With the decision today to fly 0 crew in the upcoming Soyuz, the Crew 6 complement will remain the same, so no changes to the Crew 6 complement.
Thank you both. We'll now move to Bill Harwood with CBS News.
Yeah, thanks very much, guys. For either of you, what happens if something happens between now and when the MS-23 vehicle gets there that might require immediate evacuation? In other words, some evacuation level emergency. I mean, could you talk about the scenarios with getting the crew down with the existing Soyuz and Crew Dragon, how that might work out, or have you come to any conclusions yet? Thanks.
Originally, our plan is if we have some kind of malfunction on the station, we are trying to stay on the station as long as possible. Even more, if we have a leak on the station, current procedure says that you have to go and leak check your vehicle, and then if vehicle is fine, then you go back to the station and fight for being able to save as much on the station as possible, closing hatches and looking for the leak. Although we have several scenarios when crew must leave the station, otherwise they will have a threat for their lives. And in this case, as we decided doing our technical investigation, that Soyuz is not good for nominal reentry, but in case of emergency, with extra risk, we are going to use this Soyuz at this point. Although together with our NASA colleagues, we are looking for several options to minimize this risk, maybe move crew members or at least one crew member to Dragon.
And I'll just...
the main limitation main problem to land current Soyuz with a crew would be thermal condition, because we lost heat rejection capability on Soyuz, and in case of we have crew inside and we have all equipment switched on, we may have high temperature situation on Soyuz in equipment compartment and in crew compartment. So that's why together with our colleagues we are looking at options that if we need to use the Soyuz in case of emergency, we may reduce size of the crew in order to reduce heat load on the crew for landing.
And what we said is for a nominal which takes a little over 6 hours or so from preparing the crew till you get to land, those temperatures would be in an area that would be not healthy for the crew.